Good morning, all IB. Welcome to the end of week 2. I'm giving you guys an update on week 2. It's a big week because like a third of the students are now done with the class completely. The Quarren Queens are gone, Rudian is gone, the CDC is gone, and Yup, That's a Group is gone. So this week, Rudian, the CDC, and Yup, That's a Group, all three of you groups are done. You never have to do anything ever again. You never even have to talk to me ever again if you don't want to. Anyway, so let's talk about these. So we did 2 meetings on epidemiology. I don't know how much you guys are enjoying it, but I like it quite a bit. It really makes me wish we were in class and we could actually teach about this stuff better and do, some class discussions and stuff. That it would be great. Unfortunately, you guys didn't respond very much to the discussion. I think part of that is because the 4 groups of the most active students are gone now. So we're left with the students who are less motivated to do things. But so let's go through our awards. Okay, so first of all, the Best Participation Award. This is for the person who's been logging into all of the Zoom meetings and participating the most. There was a bunch of different candidates. A bunch of you guys have been asking good questions and answering questions and participating. But I was a little bit surprised. The one that kept impressing me over and over again was Alex Dong. Nicely done. In all of the different meetings, Alex has been in the chat, just like answering questions and posing interesting questions and stuff. And so that's really good. It was nice. It was really nice to see Alex, finding something he really likes about my class. So that's good. In the discussions itself, you guys were supposed to look at the smallpox outbreak in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1894, and the smallpox outbreak in New York in 1947. These smallpox outbreaks are really, really interesting to look at and compare. The Milwaukee one went terribly, right? It's famous for its riots. It's famous for all the problems that came about. Smallpox broke out in Milwaukee, and the leadership of Milwaukee basically took care of all the white neighborhoods, but then all of the immigrant neighborhoods, they basically just accused them all of being dirty and disease-ridden, and tried cracking down on them with police, and it turned into this massive riot. Compare that to New York in 1947. A businessman had traveled on a bus from Mexico up to New York and was positive for smallpox. By 1947, the U.S. mostly had eradicated smallpox. But he brought it into New York and started infecting people. And the city of New York basically told everyone what was going on and what to do. And it was like one of the biggest vaccination drives in U.S. history. They ended up vaccinating 400,000 people in a week. And people were lined up all through the evenings and all through the nights and stuff getting this done. I picked these 2 outbreaks because I think they are useful for how we look at coronavirus today. I look at these people who are protesting that they want the quarantine over, the people who are liberate Michigan and liberate Virginia and all these things, right? It's easy to write them off as a bunch of illiterate assholes who are, endangering us, that they don't care. But I don't think that's the most valuable way to think about them. I think that we should look at them as people who have a lot of legitimate concerns in some cases. We quarantine everybody in order to help save the doctors and the hospitals and the people who are vulnerable, the elderly and the immunosuppressed people. And that's important. It's important for us to do. But we need to recognize that we're also shutting down people's businesses, and we're shutting down people's employment, and we might be doing all these actions in order to save her life, but in trying to save her life, he's going to lose his house. He's not going to be able to feed his family. These are legit concerns, and these people have a real reason to be upset. In addition to that, staying at home the entire time is not fun. Nobody wants to do it. It sucks. right? Like nobody wants to be, I love my wife and I love my daughter dearly, but I don't want to be stuck in the house with them forever, right? That's I'd much rather be in a classroom with my students. I'd much rather be, able to go out with my friends, go to a restaurant, go do stuff, right? So there is a real cost to these things. Um, I think the Milwaukee outbreak tells us what happens when we don't give people respect, when we just treat them all badly, and the people are going to respond back, right? If you listen to a lot of the protesters in Michigan and protesters in Virginia and Georgia and stuff, that a lot of them are saying, we don't like to be talked to like children. We don't like to be treated like children. We don't like to be thought of as weak or less than or stupid. And that's legit. Like, we shouldn't treat them as stupid. They're not stupid, so we shouldn't treat them as stupid. And in the Milwaukee example, they did. They treated them like stupid. They treated them like animals, and it had this huge backlash. The New York example, on the other hand, the mayor of New York and the health officials of New York, like, explained everything to everybody, and they went neighborhood to neighborhood and explained what was going on, and they countered the like misinformation, because people were claiming that the vaccines caused illness and caused all these other issues, right? And they countered it with information. They explained it, and the people of New York wanted to succeed, and so they got vaccinated. People want to feel like they're in control, and if you just tell them what to do, they're not going to do it. They're going to fight you. Like, Americans don't like being told what to do. I don't think anybody likes to be told what to do. Anyone in the world likes to be told what to do. But Americans are particularly upset about it oftentimes. Anyway, the responses that we got were good. I wish we had more, but excuse me, the ones we got were good. I think that the best the best question that was posed was Horace's. And I think Horace got pretty close to where I was going with on these outbreaks. I think he really did. I think John and Jackson were both kind of addressing some different issues that I think are important, but not as important as where Horace was going. I think that the best response was Melissa. Melissa's response was very strong. I believe it was her response on Jackson's, right? And she was countering all the Rudy and guys who were all posting at the same time. And Melissa was tapping into some of these missing things that were missing from Jackson's post and missing from that discussion. I think Melissa was very smart and articulate with her response. So nicely done. Nicely done. That leads us to the group of the week. The group of the week is, yep, that's a group. Horace and Melissa are both in that group as well. But yep, that's a group. They went from they're done now, so they ended up with like 206 points or something like that. But they started the week off with like 80 points. So they jumped up 120 points in 1 week and finished things off, and they did excellent. Nicely done. They were also active in the Zoom meetings and participating. Melissa, Teresa, like, they were all participating. They were all answering questions, asking questions. It was great. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. Get this stuff done. I want you guys to graduate. I want you to go away. I want you to go away and go to college and live an awesome life. All right, I'll see you later. Don't touch anyone. Stay healthy.